You're struggling to live in America, can't survive, hate your government, we have something for you. This is the
The
Constitution.
Constitution of the United States is a groundbreaking document that establishes a strong and balanced government. Under the Constitution, our government is built on three branches: the legislative, executive, and judicial. These branches work together to ensure no single branch becomes too powerful. The legislative branch, Congress, is responsible for creating the laws that guide our nation, but their power is balanced by the other two branches. The president, who is part of the executive branch, can veto laws passed by Congress. However, Congress can override that veto with enough votes, ensuring the democratic process is upheld. The judicial branch, led by the Supreme Court, has the power to declare laws unconstitutional, ensuring they align with the principles of the Constitution. The justices of the Supreme Court are appointed by the president, with Congress approving their nominations. The process ensures accountability and cooperation among the branches. Congress also has the power to impeach the president and Supreme Court justices, holding them accountable for the people they serve. Before the Constitution, our nation operated under the Articles of Confederation, which relied on a single branch of government as Congress. With an executive branch to enforce laws or judicial branch to interpret them, there was no way to balance power. Congress itself was weak, unable to tax, raise an army, or enforce its decisions. The result was a lack of unity and effectiveness. The Constitution changed that. By creating a government with shared power and clear accountability, it provided the structures needed for a strong and united.
The new U.S. government is divided into three branches: the judicial, executive, and legislative, each with its own powers and responsibilities. The judicial branch is made up of courts and judges who interpret laws, resolve disputes, protect individual rights, and determine guilt or innocence. It also has the power to declare laws unconstitutional and handle cases involving federal laws. The executive branch involves the president, vice president, and a cabinet of 15 department heads. Its main job is to enforce laws, develop regulations, and oversee agencies. The Articles of Confederation left the government weak and ineffective. Unlike that, the Constitution established a balanced system where laws are made, enforced, and interpreted, ensuring accountability, protecting rights, and strengthening.
The Bill of Rights answers the anti-federalist concerns by guaranteeing that certain rights are unalienable, meaning that they cannot be taken away by the government. These rights are natural; they belong to us simply because we are human. Without these protections, we could lose our freedom of speech, our right to practice religion, or even our right to be treated equally before the law. The Bill of Rights stands as a barrier to government overreach, making sure that the rights of the people are always protected. Even though Federalists thought that the Bill of Rights wasn't necessary, the Anti-Federalists believed that it was essential. They feared that these basic rights weren't clearly listed and protected. The government might eventually take them all away. And without those rights, we couldn't be truly free.
The government lacked the power to tax, forcing it to rely on states for funding. This made it very difficult to pay debts or support the military. The Constitution changed this by giving the federal government the power to tax and raise revenue, ensuring that it could fund essential services and maintain national security. It also addressed the critical flaw that any state could block amendments or key legislation. The Constitution created a more efficient process for allowing decisions to be made without one state holding up the process for everyone. The Constitution also gave the federal government the authority to negotiate and enforce treaties, making the U.S. more reliable on the world stage. And with the power to regulate commerce, the Constitution helped create a more stable and unified economy across the states. The Articles couldn't support a growing nation, but the Constitution provided a strong, united government that could act and decisively secure the nation's future.
Invest in the Constitution. It's good for your future.